Hey you, insect! You do that again and I'll crush you. Now crawl back under the rock you came from.
Oh! I had my controller set up, I was going to strum it like a little guitar. You can't even see it. But that's what I was going to do, but I've ruined that. Welcome, guys, to Toca Race Driver 3, episode number 3 as well. Let's hopefully jump in car number 3. We're in... No, we're not in tier 3 either, so that ruins the fundamental number of 3 that we were carrying on. Anyway, episode 3, we're jumping into 1930, so that's a 3. Grand Prix. Let's do it. I don't really... It's an old F1 car. It's a really old F1 car. So, I mean, there's no competition here. It's exactly what we're going to jump into. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue to see Toca Race Driver 3 episodes. This is a, what, 80 or 90-year-old car now. Obviously, and it does have some wear and tear. Mercedes OP. Let's do this. So, this one is only 2 rounds. 5 laps each, though, this time. So the race length is increasing. I got a bollocking last time for pronouncing that one wrong. It is Oschersleben B. Did I get that right? I was saying Oschersleben. I wasn't using all the syllables. Oschersleben. Oschersleben. I hope that's right. Race rules. We don't need to see that, but all you need to know is we're running the old point system in F1. So that's cool. Alright, here we are. In very old Mercedes F1 cars.
This is important as any other. You've got to show them what you've got.
I will try to do so. You know, Rick, I would have really appreciated... We're out. Crash. Someone hit me in the rear, turn 2, and then someone hit me in the rear again, turn 1. For fuck's sake.
Alright, remember, this championship's all about winning. Now go get 'em.
I'll try to. No contact. This is a non-contact sport. So Ben, please refrain from your instincts of touching things.
The infield doesn't do you any favours. Try and stay off it, will you?
I'll try. It's not a great start. I'll tell you what. We've had a spin, and we've recovered to P11. Ah! And that's what happens when
You're really flying.
And that's what happens when I start talking. It's like my concentration just goes out the window. These guys are so slow in the corners. I've got all this damage, the suspension damage as usual. It's just a Tiametmarduk video at this point. We've got engine damage now at this point, so it's obviously going to slow us down, but I think it should be fine. The drivers in here are all gentleman drivers, shall we say. So they're not really willing to push their pieces of art too hard, except for that guy. He's got $1 billion. He doesn't care about ramming his way to victory, obviously.
Great lap. That's the fastest lap of the race so far.
Was it though? I went backwards. I mean, here. Come on, guys. Sort it out. Why are you so slow? Yeah, that's... Yeah. I'm just drive as if I'm not even there. It's cool. I don't mind. Big boy lunge. Brakes on this thing aren't great. I mean, nothing is great, to be honest. I mean, nothing that's about 90 years old will move.
This is it. Hold on, and you're guaranteed a podium finish.
Overly quickly. We've still got a couple laps to go, mate. Let's just calm down. I think we're going to win this one.
That was the fastest lap of the race.
Yes, it was. Calm down, Rick. Calm down. This can't. How have I even got the possibility of talking to my engineer? Like, radios were not. They were a thing back then. I mean, radios are very old technology, but I'm pretty sure cars didn't come with radios in this day and age. So, how this wizardry is a thing is unknown to me. But we now lead the classic British Grand Prix. But with all that aside, it is rather nice to actually be able to physically drive a car that is this old. For reference, I did try and look on Assetto Corsa and stuff to find that were to find F1 cars that were this old.
Final lap now. Keep focused.
But I simply couldn't do it. The oldest I could find was like the 50s era of F1 cars. So it is very, very nice to be able to jump into this machine. Last lap now. And we'll just, I'm just going to soak this in, really. It's pretty crazy that cars from the 1930s are capable of going 150 mile an hour. It essentially is just a bathtub on wheels. It really is quite scary. No element of safety here, but we're going to come through and win our first race in an F1 car.
You're safely at the top end of this championship for now, so stay here.
Thank you very much. Road to F1, lads. We've achieved it already. So, yeah, the thing with this championship is we need to finish well. Anything beyond P7, we're getting a big fat 0. So, we have to be constantly on it. Although, we luckily only have 2 rounds, so consistency doesn't exactly need to be great. We just need a good result here to finish off. That sounds pretty nice. Not bad audio for the time. You compare that to like Gran Turismo, and every car sounded like a vacuum cleaner. No vacuum cleaners in sight here. I mean, it took Gran Turismo the longest time to get their audio right. I feel like they only just about did that with GT Sport, if I'm not mistaken. The 3 wide into the middle sector. Thank you very much.
That's an overtaken maneuver.
And yes, it is. Only real drivers here, Rick. What a legendary time to be alive. One thing that this game is probably missing, which are you guys still on the formation? Like what's going on there? The only thing that I feel like this game is missing, which the first grid in 2008 picked up really well, was teammate, or like the whole overall overarching team aspect. Like in that game, you were essentially like a team owner, and you had to sign sponsors and organize contracts and have to manage teammates, I think. There really is no teammate element to this game. It's really all focused around yourself. But with that said, there are still so many things that this game got right, which to a degree haven't really been repeated in modern games. So yeah, it is a shame in a way to see that, you know, games like this aren't really made anymore. Games these days are just like too easy in my books. Trying to appeal to a wider audience, which I do understand to a degree. But anyway, with that said, we're going to come across the line and totally disrespect.
The fastest lap of the race. Good job.
I thought this was a 3-lap race. It's not a 3-lap race.
Too much wheel spin. Watch your revs next time.
He's a driver coach as well. Okay. And swiftly back into the lead. I can't believe I just did that.
Overtaken plays don't come much better than that. Good job.
Oh, probably helmet customization as well. There's no helmet customization. We're just running. Look at that. We're running an open-faced helmet in a car like this. I mean, we've got like this tiny little.
Just don't get complacent out there.
We've got this tiny little windshield. But apart from that, kind of like how you saw like the old pictures of like Fangio. You know, the drivers would have covered in bugs and, you know, just grease and dirt. That wouldn't be a pleasant experience. You don't want to be, you know, chin wagging to your engineer, otherwise you'll swallow the odd bug or two. Drift McGee. No! Okay, I'm just glad to have survived that. I was getting to a point where I was just floating the car around corners.
But keep going like this, and they won't be able to catch you.
Well, Rick clearly isn't watching me. But yeah, I was literally just floating the car around corners, getting the rear end out. Almost like, I don't know, Peter Brook back in the 70s, with his arm out the window, waving to the crowd on the last lap. Oh, not even on the last lap. But anyway, we just took that a little bit too far. But this time, we won't throw it into a barrier, I promise. Not intentionally anyway. Guys, I have something very interesting to report. We have no suspension damage. And we're on the last lap. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the suspension damage. God's sake. Spoke too early. But that last corner back there was so satisfying. I was barely turning. I was using the power on oversteer to actually rotate the car around the corner. Well, it's actually not that unique, but it's a very interesting method of going about racing. But it's just, we just seem to have it locked down, really. The AI really struggling perhaps to deal.
Concentrate and the race is yours.
Really struggling to deal with that oversteer, but we have mastered everything here with a dominant victory in the 1930s era of F1 cars. It's been a clean sweep. 14 seconds in the end. Yeah, we really were dominant with this style of driving, but to be fair, the AI were rubbish at a couple of corners around this track in particular. P1. Nearest drivers only had 6 points to their name. Madness. Only 9 people scoring throughout the 2 races. Dominance. So, we move on. Now this one is a bit more contentious. I forgot to put up the straw poll or the vote poll yesterday, but I did see a lot of comments for Baja Buggy Kit Car Cup. So we're going to go down that path. We've done quite a few open wheel stuff already, so I just want to change up the formula and make sure that everyone is happy. So we will endeavor to do the dirt side of things, which I'm pretty sure will be much more of a struggle than what we were just doing. Volkswagen Beetle. What tracks are we going to? This one, have no idea where that is, and I don't really know where that is either. Dirt Raceway 3. We are off to Dirt Raceway 3. Where the hell that is, I have absolutely no idea.
So typify the vehicles in this championship. Take the jumps as fast as you can and use the bank turns to your advantage to keep your speed up. You're too heavy on the accelerator. Keep that wheel spin down next time.
Oh dear, oh dear. Very bumpy, very shaky. I think I might have to switch cameras, possibly. Hopefully this will shake a bit less. But yeah, I was always terrible at the dirt racing. You have to modulate the throttle quite a bit. Always have to balance whether you should fly over the jumps with maximum speed or to slow down for the jumps to get your wheels back on the ground again to then accelerate. That's something that you always need to consider in this kind of racing. Oh my god, that guy on the right hand side. Interesting.
Well, son. Come on.
But I'll probably need to make use of the handbrake as well to just get that rotation through the corners.
Try and improve
God, oh god, there's so much camera shake. Making me a little bit nauseous, to be honest. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys, but for me, having this big screen right in front of me is just like, whoa. Anyway, it's P2. Can we get Gonzalez? It's the last lap of the Grand Prix. The most formal Grand Prix you will ever see in motorsport. We've got one more corner to negotiate. Do we go for the dive bomb of dreams? Handbraked a little bit through there. We run out wide. But it will be P2. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week.
Do this. You've just got to keep on going.
Thank you for stating the obvious. Right. Next one. This one looks a little bit more normal. I guess it's just a dirt racetrack. Oh, we're starting on road. Interesting. 4 red lights and away we go. Let's do this. From last place on the grid, we're going to fight our way through on a track I have absolutely no recollection of, as we have a bit of a how you going with these lads. Smash our way through. Oh, we've been passed up the inside. This is, yeah, these dirt races are going to be a real tough ask. Absolutely dominant in the open wheel categories, but this is just complete alien territory to me. Dive bomb? I think I might go back to this one, just so I can get a better view of what's going on around me. Doing okay at the moment. I think at minimum we need to get like P5. And since this is dirt, technically we could cut out everything. Can we not? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is messy. Whoa, okay. Alright, no problem. Door's gone flailing. And my chance of winning is just gone out the window. See, like here I could cut out this bit. Is that a penalty though? No, it's not. Okay. That's good to know. One more lap for damage limitation.
Push as hard as you can. This is the last lap.
I'm not really sure if we can do this, to be honest. I'm braking, but look, the car's not slowing down. Bloody hell. Oh god. Okay, well that's just over and out, isn't it? Oh god. Well, that's been a disaster.
Good enough. Well done.
That's good enough? Is it? Oh my god, it is! P4! What a horrendous second race. It's good enough to get us through. How did some people get no points? I finished in 10th. Did I get no points? Let me see. Yeah, I got no points. But because I got second, wow. Okay, that point system has really helped us out there. On to the next one. We really dodged a bullet there. Okay, so we have RA Rallycross, we have British GT Cup, and International Rallycross. You know what? This British GT Cup has been hanging around like a bad smell, so we're going to go in this. We've got a couple of different car classes. Vauxhall, Marcos Mantis, which I've never seen. Morgan, I've heard of. Noble, and Corvettes. And then we have the lower class, which we will probably be in. There's a Monaro in there. What have we got the choice of? Lots. Okay. Will it give us the choice of lots? No, it will not. Of course. But where are we off to? We got Brands Hatch, Mondello, and Snetterton. Cool.
Morgan. About as English as cars get. Its vintage skin masks a lightweight high-tech chassis and a 4.6 litre BMW tuned V8. And that can produce a whopping 380 brake.
I don't think Morgan is still around as a car maker. I could be wrong though. And most of the time I usually am.
The British GT is a multi-class racing event featuring two classes, the MGT class and lower-powered Cup class. All vehicles race around the track at the same time, but drivers only compete against the other cars in their class.
Oh, Baton up there is really hanging out the rear end. He's definitely utilising that handbrake. But multi-class racing, there's only 5 cars in this championship. What's the objective? I don't know. It doesn't say. But if it's P4 again, that's got to be the easiest challenge known to man. Hello?
Hello, is that Mr. Daly?
Yeah, it is. My Audi's getting a service. It's not going to be cheap.
That's what I call slipstreaming.
Oh, that curve unsettled the rear end a little bit. Do we go for the dive? Baton, to be fair, as an AI, he is very handy. Moving over in the braking zone, trying to cover off the move, and even following him on the first lap was not straightforward. This guy is not messing around.
The car in front's not in your class, so don't worry about it.
Wasn't worried. So they say to Williams drivers. I'm sorry. That was rude.
Driving like that landed you with a timed penalty.
That's a shame. Probably 5 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds. I was really starting to get a good feel for this car as well. I've been really throwing it around, maximizing the track width. I feel like if I would have started this race again with the feeling that I have now and from the front, I might have even been able to challenge the back marker of the next class. But it's too, you can't say that now. Across the line, P1, hopefully still with the penalty.
Outstanding driving.
I want to say that we had at least 5 seconds of a buffer there. No. Oh, come on. What did I get a penalty for? Was it run? I'm pretty sure I just ran off the circuit and lost time. That's brutal. Objectives, finish 3rd or above. We're still on target. I think I remember this one. This is, if I'm not mistaken, this is either in like Ireland or Scotland. This is one I did quite a bit in the alternative V8 supercar season. Nice little track, this one. And boom, here we are, mixing it with the Class 1 dudes. Get out of here, bro!
Well, taken play, don't come much better than that. Good job.
You are getting stuck behind a plebby lower class driver. And there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, here comes Baton. Here we go. This is getting spicy. Nice rotation there. So the Class 1 cars definitely have an advantage in a straight line. We know that for sure. That's why we didn't really stand a chance at Brands Hatch. Alright, thank you. I wish I would have got a warning last time. But anyway, yeah, because this track is so tight, we can actually keep up with these higher class plebs. Whoa, that's too much rotation. Where do you think you're going? Boom. They can't take this one away from us. P1.
Alright. You're happy where you are, but don't get complacent.
Snetterton for the finale of British GT Championship. I think this is the circuit that has the mini chicanes in it, if I'm not mistaken. Might have even raced here on Project Cars. Like, it's got a little left-hander, and sometimes you can oversteer under braking and spin out. That's something I remember quite vividly in Formula Rookie or Formula Ford or something. Yeah, this is the track. Nice little venue, this one. Oh, what's going on up here? Did you just stop to smell the roses? Oh, I like that. With that two-wheel action, we're getting warmed up for V8 supercars. You can absolutely fly over there with no penalty. I love it. But that is British GT Championship over. Thank you all for playing.
That's you, Drew. You've come a long way.
And we ruined their car as our final parting gift. Alright, we have more Mercedes domination on the horizon. I might save that for a later championship because it seems like when you ignore things, it pops up later. So we will continue down the off-roady kind of path, and I'll go for Class B four-wheel drive track challenge. From what I remember, this is actually a decent series. 3rd or above, Laguna, Seca, and Adelaide. Interesting. So no dirt racing to be seen. Might actually be half a chance.
Alright, stay focused. I know you can do it.
Away we go. But Laguna Seca, I've done so much running at Laguna Seca lately, whether it be this game or Gran Turismo, which seems to love going here every 5 seconds. Oh god, the understeer is pretty bad there. Alright, down to last. I did 200 laps of Laguna Seca as well, and Super GT's live stream. I know this place like the back of my hand now. We're going to have to utilize that track knowledge because this car doesn't seem to be suited too well, at least up against the AI. handbrake out. This yellow guy is getting very pensive as we run up the hill. P7. Okay, they're slow here.
You ain't gonna like that much. Better watch out after the race.
I just got engine damage for clipping the right rear quarter panel on a tyre bundle. I'm sorry, Subaru, but where are you placing your engines? Oh my goodness, what exit is that? Bloody hell, the momentum he got out of there was insane. This is going to be a struggle. Yeah, it's... It's going to be a struggle to just get back where we were. That's really annoying. That is really annoying. Somehow the car just kind of, I don't know, jackknifed or something. And as soon as I lost it, I couldn't correct it. It was just going straight into the wall. I was a passenger. P8. Not good. Dive bomb. Ah! It's going to take me another lap to catch up to him now. Oh, what the fuck is the understeer there? Turn! What a joke. Some situations the car just grips up and it's great, but others it just doesn't want to know anything about turning. But anyway, that I guess is the brilliant thing about this game, is you just never know what you're going to get when you come to a particular series. You can be dominating and spinning out for fun and coming back and still winning the race. But here, we are genuinely shite. I'm a fish out of water in this series, or in any dirt kind of series. We're going to have to bounce back in a big way in the next one. The nightmare continues. And again, here, nothing. What the fuck is this? I stopped accelerating and I was just full lock to the left, but still going straight on. It's doing it again! Look at this! Look! What is that physics? I'm really confused. So it's like as soon as the wheels lock, wheel spin or something, it just goes straight. Even if you're in the middle of a spin, straight. And it's doing it again.
The tyres have started to wear a little. Be careful in the corners.
Yeah, it's cramming again. Is that because of the wheel damage? I mean, we've had wheel damage for a lot of the race, but it hasn't been this bad. Anyway, we'll move on.
We can still have our party spoiled. Come on now.
Hey you, insect! You do that again and I'll crush you. Now crawl back under the rock you came from.
Hello. That well and truly is Devin Butler's dad. We still get 6 points out of that, so at least there's that. But we just need to make sure that we don't get damage from the outset. That would be the goal. What do we got next? Adelaide. We've only got this race to recover, so ultimately we need a win to get third in the driver's standings. It's going to be tough. Here we are then. Finale in Adelaide. We're going to need a miracle to move on in this championship. Let's hope that the AI are drastically underpowered around the streets of South Australia. Oh god. And it's not started off too well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Here we go then, turn 8. Absolutely flat out. Not even a corner. Yeah, I remember now, even on the V8 Supercar games, it was, the track is just too wide to that part of the circuit to really be considered a challenge, which is a shame. because you lose probably one of the most characteristic corners in the country. But anyway, pace seems decent in this one. I haven't really talked much this episode, this race, so I'm going full sweat mode. We need that W. Do the AI take this flat out?
You're in the running for a podium finish.
Yeah, they easily do. But turn 9, they brake. I keep braking too early. I keep getting sucked into braking when the AI do, and that is a horrendous corner. Crabbing has ensued once again. Please no. Side by side. To turn 11. It doesn't work out too well here. And we're down to 4th again. Wonderful. Turn, you idiot! Oh. Oh, Harvey! That was audacious. Thank you for P2. Last lap. We need this.
Final lap. It's all or nothing now.
I know. Literally, if you think about it, the fate of our career is resting on this last lap. If this was like real and you can't progress any further in your career because you need to get 3rd in the standings, it's gonna be make or break. Let's hope that it's make. We have made up a lot of ground, but we still need more. Still need much more. Do I go for the dive bomb of the century to win this race? I mean, that's probably asking. I'd literally need to not even break through there. But it's going to be P2. I don't think that this is enough. I don't think it is. Rick's not said a word, which is not a good sign. My camera's died, which is also not a good sign. Does anything else want to go wrong? And yeah, as predicted, we can no longer progress. So what does that mean? We got 2nd there. Like I didn't see. Oh god damn it! I didn't see what the championship results were. So how can I tell? I'm gonna have to start the whole thing again, aren't I? Oh! What? What is that? Wow! What was that? Please no crabbing through the last corner. There we go. It's P1 on circuit. Please! Let this be enough! It's not, is it? It's definitely not. It's not. We've got P1. Oh, but we haven't got the notification. The guy that we had to beat was Repelio, who's got 13 points. He was in 3rd heading into this race, and we get equal 3rd. We're done. We can move through to the next series. Oh, my goodness. That was way more of a stress than what it needed to be. That bad race in Laguna Seca, honestly, just made it way more difficult than what it should have been. And I think that is going to conclude this episode of Toca Race Driver 3. So, coming up, we have the Autosport Clio Cup, which I'm pretty sure we already did, so I'm not too sure why we're being offered that again. Formula BMW ADAC Championship, or 4x4 Rallycross. In the next one after that, we have Formula 1000 again. And I'm pretty sure that's the higher class of British GT, which we already did. So, what I'm thinking there is probably European V6 Championship. And then after that, it's all blank. We are approaching 30% completion of this game already, which is, like I said, very, very interesting. But the races are getting longer, I will say that much. But there we go, guys. That has been it for today's episode. A couple of dominant victories in championships and very much struggle city in others. Who knows what the next series has in store for us. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. And until the next one, I'll see you next time.
Just ride all the way.